Hey guys, so I'm going to show you a main funnel that's just lead capture. We do this for 90 Days to Freedom as well on YouTube and spend about $4,000 or $5,000 a week there, and then we're ramping this up to closing in on 750 to 1,000 a day. So the goal is always to get close to break even on day zero, if possible, break even or higher. Depending on the week with this one, some days we are at we're typically getting leads for around $5. So you can see over here some of the purchase stuff, cost per resulted purchases, and then the main thing I want to show you guys here, because it's sort of beyond the scope of this whole course and everything to go into targeting and all that stuff. And honestly, my media buyer Paul, who works for me full time, does all that stuff. So I'm not the expert, which just shows you can do this and do very well without that. But we typically spend around $5 or so on a lead. Day zero, we're at around $5 to $7, and then now at about day 12, we're typically around $15 to $17, which is crazy and amazing. And part of the reason that's happened, so this is basically the simplest funnel ever, but we were doing more like $10 by day 12, and then I added in this thing called the Choose Your Own Adventure sequence, which is very advanced and sort of beyond the scope of all this, but it basically allows people to choose an adventure when they opt in and go through a custom series of emails based on the things that they click and engage with, and that has made a difference. But again, this is working without that, so I just want to show you guys the ads and then the opt-in itself, and then you can use the stuff from the promo course and other stuff that I sell and Justin sells, and use that to improve what you're doing. So what I'm going to do though is just kind of show you the ad piece is super important. The opt-in page is super important, and and then your follow-up obviously is. But if you don't knock down those first two pins, you're not going to knock down the rest of the pins. It's kind of like bowling. If you miss the first pin, you can't get a strike. So the offer is the most important part. Do you have something people really want? Do you have a thing people will happily give over their email for and not feel like, oh, I'm just going to put in a fake email, or this is whatever? Is it a thing that people truly want? Can they use it? Is it an hour-long video that they don't want to fucking watch? What is it that you're giving them? That plays a huge role. So if we look at these two different ads here, and we're going to set, I like to do video stuff because I'm good on video, and that tends to work real well for us. We've tested ad images and stuff as well, but these ones just do best. So I'm just going to show you guys the best ones. What's funny is we've tested all this stuff. I recorded, and I don't know how many Paul has tested of those, which hopefully he is, but testing the videos for, I recorded like 30 new ads while I was in Europe, just all around the world, just kind of throwing up similar copy. So we have multiple different funnels, but for this one, what I'm always trying to think of is, let me say something either brand new or something very similar with a new background. Let's see if having a castle behind me can change conversions. Let's see if having I've recorded them in France, maybe it's the Eiffel Tower. I'm in Norway with the most beautiful waterfalls all around me, and saying similar stuff and just seeing which one gets the engagement that's best. Now the irony is, the ad that's done best is this one of me in the car,
if you have people opting
looking
into an email
quite
list,
bad as well, if I might add. Like, face is red, it's puffy.
There's one email you can send about 6 hours after they opt in that will increase sales, deliverability,
it's a little bit blurry,
reply rates, all sorts of good things that you want to happen. I've already written the email for you. It's a template. You fill in a couple of blanks. It literally takes you like 2 to 3 minutes, depending on your speed. And I guarantee you're going to be stoked. All you have to do is opt in on the next page. Make sure you put in the correct email, because I will send it to your email. And once you like it, hopefully you'll buy other stuff that I offer.
So, and if you ever go back and watch that ad, just see how sort of relaxed I am. And it's like, look, here's why it's free, because I want you to buy other stuff. I recorded this in one take, sort of just as a throwaway to send to Paul, and this one has been running for like, I think the original was maybe in February, and now it's October. So this has been running for like 8 months. It's probably done 100,000 or 200,000 itself, just in and just from all the leads that have come in from this ad. So don't think you need high production. Don't think you need to be even really good on camera, even though I am good on camera. This is not me being a talented actor. This is not me being like, emoting and doing things on camera that nobody else could do. This is me talking to my camera in the car. Like, anybody can do this. And then if you look at the ad itself, it's very much the same as the opt-in page, which this is the ugly ass opt-in page. Now, if somebody goes and copies this from this course, I will find you and I will sue you straight up. I have a great lawyer, so don't do that. But the little-known 6-hour email template, or 6-hour email that increases sales and deliverability, simply send this 6 hours after someone opts in and buys your product. See what happens. People use this report higher open rates, extra sales, and maybe most importantly, better deliverability for their list. There's one thing that increases deliverability above all else in my experience, and this email ensures you do it. Curiosity dripping in that sentence. What is that thing? Best of all, I've already written it for you. Just take my template and fill in the blanks. It'll take you around 2 minutes total. Then add it to your autoresponder, blast it to your list, see what happens, or do it for a client if you're a freelancer. That's an important sentence so that I can attract people who are both freelancers and list owners. I'm going to give you this email for free, no strings attached. You just got to put your name and email below, and I'll send it straight to your inbox. You'll even get to see this email type in action. Do this right now, and you may just be 6 hours away from having a more profitable email list. I wrote this like 5 years ago. Haven't tweaked a single sentence, and it literally gets a 73.38% opt-in rate. So it's like, why would I mess with it? It's ridiculous how well it's done. And then we'll come back to this because I want to show you the ads first. So here's a really simple lesson in life and in business. If something is working, you double down on that thing. So this is the new ad set, and you can see which one. So if you look over here, you can see which one's getting all the traffic. So this one's getting all the traffic, even though some of these other versions have been tested. And this is just the last week, right? I'm not going to, or now this is the last month, so 11,000 spent on this one, to 12K. And then here's this ad, so you might recognize where I am. The irony is it's just me.
If you have an email list, just listen for like 20 seconds, okay? There's an email you can send to your list 6 hours after they opt in that will increase sales, deliverability, open rates, all the things that you want to improve engagement. And I wrote a template for it. You fill in the blanks. The template is 100% free. No strings attached other than you got to put in your email, because I'm an email guy. Put in your email. I'll send it to you. You got to send your actual email because I'm going to send it to your inbox. Test it. If it doesn't work, write a mean message to me. Post online. Say I'm a dong. Whatever you want to say. But I bet it works because it's worked for thousands and thousands of people, myself and many others included. And then hopefully you'll use it and go, this guy is smarter than he looks because he looks dumb. And you'll buy more of my stuff, and that's how I make money from this. That's why I'm willing to spend money on this ad, because I want to help you, but I want to bribe you with some free shit first, so that once you use my free shit, you go, his free shit's better than people's paid, and then you pay for my stuff. Okay? How's that for transparency? I hope it's good. And also I hope your day's good. You know? I just hope it's a good day, whether you take me up on my offer or not.
So that one's clearly a bit sillier in ways, but it's way more enjoyable to watch as well. So those are the two main ones. Now the irony is I've recorded these ads, and I actually don't think Paul's tested all the ones from Europe yet, which I'm going to make sure he does. But the car works, and then we do the car again, and guess what? The car works. So when you find something that works in an ad, whether it's an image, and you've got an image that's, you put unicorns in your pictures and it works every time. Keep putting unicorns in your pictures. Test new stuff, but test what's working and double down on what's working. So if one angle is really working, simply send this 6 hours after people opt into your list. That's the piece that works. It's not some crazy shit, right? So when it comes to your ads themselves, record 5 or 10 different versions on your iPhone, talking to your iPhone, 30 seconds, 10 to 30 to 60, 90 seconds. You just create simple talking head ads. Now you can also just go to Fiverr.com and get people to record them for you, write them a script. You can use AI. You can use all sorts of shit to come up with ways to create the ads. But if something works, if the driving ads work, record more ads in your truck. It's just simple math. Double down on the things that are working. And then when it comes to the opt-in page itself, let's go to this piece. So already read that to you, but it's simple, it's ugly. And then the first offer is the most important email you'll ever write, and I've already written it for you. Now, the first line says your free 6-hour email templates being sent to your inbox right now should arrive within 5 minutes. You have no idea how many people still will say, this isn't free, you're charging me for it. It's like, no, you literally got it sent to you, so that's reiterated right here. Before you go to your inbox, I want to talk to you about something important. Did you know there's one type of email that's more important than anything else you'll ever write? Well, there is, and it's the one that people tend to work on the least. They half-ass it, they scrape it together, blah, blah, blah. You guys can go look at this page. If you want. So this is the welcome template. It's only $7, limited time offer. Get my templates now. Now I could test this page further and probably increase conversions more, but it's simple and it does real well. Converts at like 6 or 7%, I think, which, after they've opted in is still a high percentage considering 73% are opting in. And then after this, it's my emails of the month club, and then the 80/20 course, and then the writer's block course. So one thing I'll say is I could definitely improve the upsell flow in this. And what you're looking at here, by the way, so here's your opt-in rate, 73%, which is super high. Don't expect to get that, even 40 or 50%. Sometimes 20% if it's the right traffic, if you're getting the right people is great. So average cart value is 39, so we're getting purchases for like 35, so that's why you can see that that's worthwhile, because we're paying 35 and making $4 on a purchase. And then one of the biggest things here is having the bump offer, so that plays a huge role in the success of this thing. If we didn't have that, it just wouldn't be working. Yes, I want your email launch formula. So this is, by the way, for those of you who bought this is different. It's not as in-depth as what I just went over with, or did with Justin. But this is a $37 one-time offer on this $7 offer, and this shit, it makes all the difference in whether or not this thing works. If I don't have that $37 there, the $7 offer is just not going to cut it. So, and you can see it's at a 38% take rate, which is super high. If you can get 25 to 35% of a bump order take, that's typically going to make that thing work. So you can see 65 purchases out of 1,200. So not yeah, it seems that way. So, and then this is a subscription. So all the people coming into this, there's recurring income that happens from them, which is huge. And so, like I said, I could definitely vastly improve the take rates of these upsells, and I'm lazy. But one thing that's important to see here too is you may be looking and going, okay, well, this is like a week of stats, 70 cents a click. We pay more than that for what we're doing, 2,500 in gross sales. Now, obviously, if this was all that my business was doing, I'd be making like 10 grand a month, and that's not the case. It's between 100 and 200 depending on promos and things to the list. But so what I do is I separate my funnels so that we can track what's coming from day 0 and later on. There's different ways to do this. We do it through Hyros as well, which is a software, but I send people to a different welcome email template from the emails in the autoresponder so that it doesn't convolute these stats, because I want to see these stats. So more sales actually come from the autoresponder over time than the front end. So just wanted to be clear if you're wondering why that number seems low. And then also knowing that the big benefit here is, this is 1,200 opt-ins. These people end up being worth significantly more over a short period of time. So it's not about this day 0 value, it's about what they become worth over the long term. So this is really I think people really want to overcomplicate things, but let's just recap. Come up with your opt-in page, right? So the 6-hour email one is the one that we use, and think about who you want to attract. So I want to attract 2 types of people, all right? I want to attract people who are either freelancers of email copywriting, or they want to be. They've heard of it on some level, because then 90 Days to Freedom, which is our like flagship course, is the best fit for them. They can learn how to get paid to write emails for other companies. And then the other group that I want to work with is business owners who have email lists. So by creating an opt-in or a template for emails, I'm attracting people who are in motion on some level around email copywriting, whether it's their own list or someone else's, or they've sort of heard about it. So if I were to just want to attract people with existing businesses, it might be different, or just freelancers, it's going to be different, right? But this attracts both, which is convenient for me, because then in my choose your own adventure sequence, I can give them a path based on their current situation and sell them the thing that's going to best benefit them. So not only do I make more money, but I get to help more people. That's the whole thing with email in general, I think, is like, if you're making more sales, as long as you're not a piece of shit selling shitty stuff, you're probably just, by helping more people and trying to help them one-to-one through like custom journeys, you're going to help more people and make more money at the same time. So basically, you have your opt-in page that is something that people want. This is one of the most important things to test. You could test, your copy is secondary to the offer. I'll say this all fucking day, all the time. Your offer is more important than the copy itself. So if you are giving away 3 packets of greens powder for free that's going to be sent to you in these little things, and that may be a significantly better offer than a free drink this in the morning to reduce inflammation, right? The thing that you're sending them is worth more, especially if it's actually free, or even if it's free plus shipping, whatever it is. The offer is more important, and you can't always predict what people are going to want, so you must test that piece. Maybe if you look at BioTrust and what they've done, they've built multi-$100 million company off of opt-in, the simplest ebook opt-in. So it might be avoid these 5 carbs. You probably heard that you should never eat white carbs, but these 3 white carbs will actually accelerate fat loss. Right, so they've had so many ebooks and so many things they've tested, and if it works, then they build an entire thing around it. But test, if it's 1 weird exercise to grow your arms 3 inches, that might work better than do this 8-minute workout, grows your biceps 3 inches. Test the actual offer itself, because that's more important than the copy. The copy on the page is secondary to the thing they're getting. What is the thing they are getting? That's the most important piece. Does it attract the people you want on your list? Then record ads that are very similar to the copy on your opt-in page, at least as a place to start, because if the opt-in page makes sense, then it's going to be super congruent, and you're going to end up with a really high opt-in rate. If I recorded ads that were very dissimilar to the more blind, curiosity-based to the opt-in page, I might still get 50 or 60% opt-ins, which might be fine if I'm getting more clicks and cheaper traffic from the original ad. But ultimately, if it's, the reason why it's a 73% opt-in rate, which it's been as high as 80 on that page, is because it's super congruent with what I'm saying in the video and in the ad itself. So get an ad that's congruent, create an opt-in page, then on the next page make some sort of one-time offer, whether it's a $7 welcome email, or a $7 offer, a pay what you want, $27, $47, something cheaper that's going to get people to buy and make them a super fan for life. And make sure your upsells are dialed in. For me, it's $47 a month, then a $197 or $497 offer, both on the same page, and then a downsell, or not a downsell, but another one that's $97, I think. And like I said, I could improve that. My upsells for my book funnel are much better. If you want to go through that, that's at persuasionhitman.com. Those upsells are dialed in and really good, and it makes a huge difference. So, there you have it. Opt-in page with a thing that people want. An ad that mimics that page, and preferably videos, but also images are totally fine. Sometimes images work better, that are relevant to what you're doing. And then have a one-time offer after they opt in, and then a bump offer on the checkout page, and then upsells in the next thing, after they've bought. So there you go, guys. Hopefully that was helpful to you. I mean, I could expand on this shit in a whole course and I've done that before, actually, for people in the Collective, which is my paid mastermind group where I help people grow their lists and monetize them, and we talk about traffic and how to get 100 leads a day, and which now we're at double that. But basically, you want to, don't overcomplicate this. Don't think this has to be some big fancy thing. Everything I've showed you is really simple, and you don't need to make it more complex than what I've showed you.